I was not sure who I wanted to be or how would I feel like trying to be myself. As soon as I can stop my desire of only always wanting to have something so I can be happy, I can actually have time to enjoy what I have. Yeah, because I feel like we constantly live not in the present. Being able to say no to a lot of things and understanding that a no is just more common than a yes in a healthy life.
Welcome to Live Well, Be Wise, the podcast that deepens the well-being conversation, finding the gold in your stories of hardship and the connection to wise action and lived wellness.
We are your hosts, Dorinda Carlson
and Kari Lyons-Price. God, I love the sounds that come with this machine. Welcome in part 2 in this 2-part series with Juan Pablo Suarez. We've had wonderful feedback from his first episode, so I'm super excited to launch part 2 today. We left off the conversation with how it's okay to not be okay. And in this episode, we really deepen that conversation around how am I? And how we can just truly express ourselves. And there's also a beautiful story in here about how Juan Pablo fulfilled his dream of becoming a father.
When I came in today, Kari asked, "How are you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm good." And I said, "Well, I'm good right now." Because I think we so easily, flippantly say, "Oh, I'm fine," or "Things are great," or, it's so easy to say that because maybe you want to believe that, or maybe that's just the thing we think we need to say to each other. But
that's what you think your friend wants to hear.
Exactly. But it felt much better to say, "Oh, I'm good right now." Because that's the truth.
It was the truth.
That was the truth.
I know.
Yeah.
It's interesting, too, just following that thread a little bit. Like, I know in my own life, once I kind of felt like I started loving the truth, it's like this energetic match with like everything that was good. Started coming from just being more authentic or honest in my exchanges with people, even when it came to like, how are you? Or someone maybe that really loved me or knew me, and just saying to them more quickly, like, I'm actually having a hard time. I could use some support. Like, wow, those little bits of truth just would build, and that ends up making you feel so much better. Yeah. And everyone around you, it's like, they want to help. I think as a default, humans really want to help each other. Even though today there's a lot of ugliness and negativity and fighting. There'll always be that too, but generally speaking, we really care about each other.
Yeah, I think sometimes we don't know how to help, and that's because we don't really share how. And you would think I'm lying, but the first time we went on live for La Voz de Mi Emoción, the topic was like, "How are you?" And I was being clear, like, I don't want to hear it. Fine, it's just not real.
Yeah.
Just tell me how it is.
Right.
And I remember that day. And that was the topic. Like, how are you?
It was a starting point.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
I have a picture of my dad, how he looked when we started this, and one close to his last days, and he looked so much better after all those conversations. It was helping him. It was helping me.
Wow.
That's how Gianluca came on, because I was able to actually open myself and have a bigger, wider view of life. And yeah, I found Marlene, or she found me. I don't know, but we found each other, and we started to connect, being real.
What do you think is one really important thing you learned on this journey to just finding a life that you wanted to live? Maybe through stress or hardship or a challenging situation, or something you had to let go of?
I think that's probably the way of answering, like having to let go that I'm not a strong person at all times. That I got my moments where I need to pause and cry and rest, distress. As soon as I realized about those moments, I was able to connect with someone more deeply. And that's how I eventually was more willing to know somebody, but actually know the person. And as I was knowing the person and I was conscious of that I did not have it. I didn't have to be a person who I wasn't, like who I wasn't.
Wearing a mask.
Pretty much. Like I got rid of that mask, and I was able to show who I was. This person was okay with me being who I was.
Mm-hmm.
Started a relationship, and we moved fast from one point to the other, and that's because I think we were ready, and it was a whole different feeling. At that moment, I was feeling like, wait, am I in a relationship or what is this? Because it feels so different.
Because it was so right.
Yes, it was so to the point. And like I was able to sleep well. I was able to wake up and feel well. So we decided to start life together. But before that, I needed to be open. I needed to have that conversation. I have to express to her that, you know, I've been trying to be a dad for so many years, and it has never worked. And as much as other people would say that wasn't a problem, eventually turned out to be a problem. Because
Like physically, a problem.
also mentally,
Yeah.
because a lot of people,
Right.
well, there is people who wants to have a family, and they might not say it, but once they realize, like, oh shit, this is not going to happen. Like it feels like it's a fact. It's not gonna happen. Then things change, and and eventually that created chaos and a bunch of other things.
So how did it go for you?
Domino effect helped me understand that I was better to be myself. It was better to be vulnerable, and so I met Marlene. Our relationship went so easy, so great. I had this conversation with her. I was like, "This is what you're gonna face." So you gotta keep that in mind if you wanna be with me. I wanna be with you, but I don't wanna keep you with me if your plan is to have family. Yeah, so we have a deep conversation about this. We took our decision, so we try. And in my head, I was like, we're gonna try, we're gonna fail. I'm gonna go to the doctor and see what we can do. That was what I had in my head. Well, we tried, it worked. Period.
Boom.
Whoa!
Boom.
Dang, this is a whole new podcast. That is incredible. Such a strong, powerful example of what might feel like a small change impacts our bodies and everything. You know, spiritual life, our heart, our emotions. Maybe you were working on healing your emotional self, but it had all these other effects. I'm sure you were surprised.
I was shocked. When I received the text message, I was working, and as I was driving from Mission Burger to my home, and I received a text message, and she's like, "Babe, I have an issue," and I was like, "What's going on?" Like that, like she was having a headache or something.
Right.
She's like, "I don't know how to change diapers," and I was like, "Oh no shit," and
I love it.
I
She
just-
has a sense of humor.
She dropped that.
I slammed the door of my truck and started running like crazy across the street, and then across the park, and then got into the office. I told my boss, like, I have a problem. I gotta go. I really have to go.
Right.
And she was so freaked out because I thought I was having a heart attack or something. Like, wait, slow down. What's going on? I think I'm gonna be a dad. I need to find out. I need to be for sure that I'm gonna be a dad.
Right.
Like, I gotta go.
Go.
And then I went.
Wow.
Back to the truck and went and picked her up from her house. I went to the clinic, and sure, I was gonna be a dad. I cried so much. Like,
Incredible.
I couldn't stop my eyes from. But
And now your little boy just turned 1 year old.
Well, congratulations. And then also kind of drawing back into your processes of all this before this happened so that this could happen. Do you have like little daily things that you do you do a gratitude practice? Do you do things that you find you are just gravitating to be where you are today?
something that I've been doing and I can't stop doing since I read that book is like actually feeling things.
Be more specific. Give us a good example.
Yeah, like the coffee. Actually feeling the taste of the coffee, like how it got in your mouth, how it goes through your throat and everything. Like, I have to feel that. as soon as I have it, I feel it, and I have to taste it. Same thing with the music. Before I was just listening to the songs, I would think I was just listening to the voice. Now I gotta feel like where this is coming from. Where's these sounds? Where's this rhythm? And it's just different. Yeah.
We would call that practice of mindfulness, which is just being right here. Being actually engaged with what it is you're doing.
Well,
Whether it's drinking a drink or listening to music.
I want to take it one step further also, is that there's something behind that that's making you see that mindfulness. And what I feel is intuition, that you're having this intuition of like, I need this in my life.
Yeah. Hard for me to understand how things were changing so much. So that's why I went to therapy, because things didn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's like they have to make sense. And I feel like, well, that's fine. I don't have to have an answer for everything.
No.
But I have to enjoy what I have. And even the hard things.
But it sounds like unlocking the emotions for you is big.
Yeah. It is very big. And I'm trying to find a way to share that with my community.
How do we feel?
Yes.
How can we feel together? How can we encourage feeling? And some people would say, why? So what's your answer to that? What's the big deal?
Because once you acknowledge your emotions, you're able to process them better. Like you're able to understand. And just like being angry, it's a common thing. It happens. I try to not go through it, but it happens. But just by acknowledge that it's just an emotion and it's just gonna go away eventually, it helps so much. Like, I was upset with the Costco cashier the other day because she didn't tell me that it was just cash only, and I was standing there for like 15 minutes, and I got mad about it. And I realized I was super upset about it, and by looking at her face, and she was like trying to say, "Oh, I'm sorry," but I was in my emotion, and as I was walking away from the store, I told my mother, "I'm mad because this happened, but I realized I still gotta work on this emotion because it's taking me away from the present." But I totally forgot that she was a human being and she was probably having a bad day. Yeah. And I mean, yeah, they forgot to say something about that, but I wasn't the end of it. And she's still gonna have to go through the day.
Yeah.
And I probably made her day a little worse. Like, yeah, I was mad at the situation, but then I feel a little bit of a shame for not being on the shoes of the other person and understanding that, okay, yeah,
Right.
I mean, that was a mistake, but
Yeah. But it sounds like pretty quickly afterwards you saw it.
yeah, but I still gotta process it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is what I think is gonna be great if we were able to
Right.
understand our emotions,
Yeah.
because even being happy, we make a lot of mistakes by being happy.
Or thinking we're happy when
also,
really it's just pleasure.
That could be another thing. Yeah. Yeah. We think we're, yeah.
Because it feels good, tastes good, looks good. We think it's happiness. Oh, there's a whole nother episode.
See, we're building our
That's right. Catalog.
season. Yeah. No, yeah, that's another thing. Yeah. If you are going through emotions, you can make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
And it's good to understand, even if you're feel excited about something, like, yeah, let me give you an answer later. No, I don't have to answer right away.
True.
I'm not in a good moment to take decisions.
Yeah, tell us a little more. Let's go back to that. You learning how to say no in your life. It sounds like that was kind of a powerful change. What do you feel in particular it opened up for you? Or what did it bring as a positive effect to begin to say no?
I think I mentioned it earlier with our family. We always wanted to work and make sure we're trying hard. With the quantity, you decrease the quality. That's just it. You can't have both of them.
Yeah.
We're just human beings.
Yeah.
And I am just a human being. Just one. And so by just learn to say no, it gives me an opportunity to be more present on the yeses. And offer a more quality of a yes or more quality of support.
So quality just of your life, in relationships perhaps.
In everything.
Yeah.
I think even even at work, I think I end up being more efficient by focusing on the things I can handle. Yeah, and with that, I also learned to say no to things that I'm not good at. Uh, you you can learn, but if you are the person that has to get the thing done, or like you're the main one, probably shouldn't take that opportunity because there's gonna be other people who are more capable, and they're probably waiting for that opportunity.
Lovely point.
That's a great point.
Wow. I like that
In a
thought.
nice way, get out of the way to make room for someone else
Right.
if you know that's not your skill set.
Or you're probably not interested either.
Yeah,
'Cause that's another
exactly.
thing. You can be good at something, but if you don't like it, that is something that I learned with the years, but I didn't realize. Like I met people who say, "Oh, I don't want to do this." I'll be good at it. Yeah, but I don't want to do it, and that didn't make sense to me.
Right, it
Till
doesn't.
Now it makes sense because I feel like I'm good at some things, but I don't want to do it, and I don't need to give any sort of explanation. I just don't want to, and I mean that should be the explanation.
There's
So-
enough things in life we have to do,
Yeah,
right?
things that we
Like
have
the
to do.
diapers.
Right. Those are. Oh man.
You should see the look on his face.
Well, it is interesting how we can have a perception of obligation that isn't necessarily like, okay, yeah, it's good to change diapers. This means you have a little person in your life that brings you so much joy. But those things that you feel obligated to that are not bringing joy to your life, you're like, why would you do that?
It's good to question that.
Yeah.
And to get good at practicing questioning that, I think, early in life.
Yeah.
Because those obligations, kind of like maybe in the tradition of your family, just became the reason they always said yes, or that's just all they knew. I mean, sometimes I think those yeses come from just sheer survival. For a lot of families, it just has to be that way. But then I think there comes a time when that could shift, and it's not survival anymore, but yet the pattern is so ingrained to just say yes. They never recognize when to stop.
There is a weird situation where if you live in pain, you kind of feel like you gotta share the pain of others, but that's not how it is. If you live in pain, you should be able to open yourself and share your pain, so others don't have to go through. Instead of sharing that pain with others, like, yeah, I feel you, I've been there, and how about you share how your pain is or how you get there, so others can actually have an opportunity to understand and maybe get out of that pain, and you don't have to carry that with you. So instead of adding, like help get that out of the way. It sounds harder than it is, because
And how did you learn that?
for me, I think I learned it from a person who actually told me that I was trying so hard to help that person to be successful and make sure that they didn't need anything. But it was that one time when I heard, like, how about you let me make my own mistakes? Because I feel like if you're not here, I won't be able to go through. At the moment, I got mad because I was like, I'm trying pretty hard to help you out, and this is what you tell me. And
Which felt kind of like go away.
And
Right.
yeah, and also receiving it from a person who was younger than me, so many years younger, it felt like I couldn't take it. Like, how will you know more than me, right? You're 8 years younger than me.
That took a lot of maturity for that person to say that.
Yeah. Now I realize, but back in those days, I was upset. And like I said, a lot of things make sense with the time, and that was that one phrase that I still remember up to this day. And now I try to let people just do their thing, even if they're not asking me for anything. Why should I step in the middle?
I was just going to say, I want to kind of unpack this a little bit more because this is a really powerful message, I think, for all of us on the planet, is to know the difference between the two situations. So one of them, it sounds like you're saying, is to be in pain with someone else or to witness someone else's pain, to hear their story of challenge or pain, whatever that is, stress, and to kind of, we keep them stuck if all we do is just kind of validate it and stay there. Or maybe we have our own pain story and all we do with them is exchange pain stories. Is that kind of what we're saying in the one scenario?
Yeah, we just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
In the situation.
I've been in support groups like this.
Letting them roll. Yeah. Yeah, it's I mean, acknowledging something or just validating emotions is fine. But it doesn't have to be constant. Yeah. It's fine. We did this. Let's process it. Let's just feel better about the moment. And then once we're good, what can we do? And that is the moment where we can have those hard conversations when we feel good.
So the better scenario that you learn to live in now is like we can still exchange the hard stories, share pain. How you would say it?
Yeah, I think now
or let someone have their experience.
I ask or I share my stories and ask for others to share them. But I don't give them any solutions because I don't have the solutions. All I can offer is just the moment to digest those stories.
To listen.
Yeah, but not unless they ask me, like, what's your opinion on this? Then I'll say something. Or not unless they ask me, like, what would you do if you were here? Then I would say something. But that's because they're asking. Just because, like I said, with that comment from my brother, I learned.
Yeah.
Like, people gotta have their own experiences. It's okay to tell, like, well, so sorry you have to go through this. But it's not bad to take away that opportunity from them.
Yeah, to make their own choice.
Right. I'll just tell them, like, just do this. It's going to be good.
Right. Like, here's the recipe for success.
It's not going to work.
Here you go.
Everybody has their own life and personalities and things that can affect the situation. So it's not going to work the same for everyone.
And wow, aren't we really bad at that?
Absolutely. We are fixers.
Yeah.
We want to fix.
It's like, hey, you got to do this thing.
Tell me your story and I'll tell you how to fix
Right.
your life. I mean, your life. Maybe not,
Right.
I have issues too, but I don't know how to fix my life.
I thought we were all broken here. Come on now.
Right.
That's powerful. So let's just plug that in one more time to the wellness equation. How do you think learning that in particular has improved your life or the way that you think of living a good life?
It improved in a lot of different ways, but one of them is, like, I don't have to worry about others. Like, I have to be aware of others because there's strange things that happen. But just on a very general thing, like, my decisions are nobody else's decisions. So as others' decisions are my decisions. And it's okay. I mean, we got my mistakes. That's what we're here for, to learn and experience. And you gotta let people roll and make their own mistakes, make their own success. But me not having that chance to focus on others, it allows me to know me better and to have that taste of coffee.
And it probably makes you a better friend and a brother anyway.
It makes me feel better as a person. Just in general, learning to respect others' decisions and respect things that happen in life, but not forgetting to share stories.
Because we never know when we can inspire someone just by sharing our own story or truth.
Well, and that's some of the basis of why we're doing this, as well as a sense of belonging. Because when we do share our stories, then we know we're not the only ones that hold this hardship, hold this, heartbreak or sadness. If we hear it, other people have their experience, then we can probably, hopefully, relate to our experience a little better.
I think just like maybe 3 months ago, I had an opportunity to understand how sharing my stories can impact others because I'm being more direct lately. I was having a conversation with someone and he was not really willing to share his story, and I wanted him to share his story because it was a powerful story. And so what I did, I shared a little bit of mine. This story was about the issue with the cuts for Medicaid. And he was so sad that he went and reapplied, and he got denied because he made like he said he make like $300 more than the limit. And he's like, I'm making very little amount of money. And even with that, I'm still over the limit, so it makes no sense to me. And I said, well, we are collecting letters for that new house so we can express this type of stories to him. And he's like, I don't know. And I went and said, listen, I'm serious. I'm going to tell you my story. I'm really upset that there's people on the news saying that we as immigrants are eating their pets, or they're building these crazy stories. And it gets me mad because that's not who I am. Like, I'm a person who is taking care of a little one, has 2 jobs, trying to do all these volunteer jobs, and nobody's saying that. They're saying things that make no sense, or they're just not real. And the reason why the people say these type of things is because we don't speak, we don't share. You know that I don't eat pets now, but you probably wouldn't know if I wouldn't tell you my story. And I just told that gentleman, like, if you want to give me your letter, it's fine. And if you don't want to, it's totally fine. But I'll tell you what, if you don't tell your story, someone's going to make up that story for you. And is it going to be real? Not really. So I asked that person, and half an hour later, he came back. That letter was there. And it feels so good because his story was super powerful.
Wow.
And
that's such a great example of how we can inspire each other. And you have no idea how that left him. What feeling that left him with. Just to at least feel heard, even by you or anyone that read that letter.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I think I built a superpower. Well, at least that's how I feel that day.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I feel like I got the power of being direct but vulnerable at the same time. And it feels so balanced. It feels so balanced.
Yeah.
It's like I'm respecting the person, but also asking for something. And it's just like I mentioned with the Al Borde del Colapso. It has to be written by hand. And I'm not trying to be rude. I know there's people who might struggle to write.
Sure.
But I think just those little moments of you with the pen and the piece of paper, it helps you out. It helps you out to connect. So yeah, I haven't found the way of connecting with my community. But meanwhile, we're just going to keep trying.
Well, with all your experience and this authentic way that you're really engaged with your life and wanting to be in the present and be grateful for all that you have, you're going to be just powerhouse here. So we're so glad you're here.
Absolutely.
We're so glad you're here.
Already it sounds like you're a role model.
Because I want to be a role model of what you shouldn't be doing. Like, do better. Don't take vacation after 12 years.
Good luck with that vacation, by the way.
It's going to be hard.
Maybe go to the library.
Don't feel guilty.
Thank you. I knew that, but I needed to hear it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. It wasn't going to come from my
Take some
family.
more naps. No, it won't.
Yeah.
Well, so nice to talk with you. Thank you so much for opening up your heart and your life and coming on down.
No, thank you. And I think my stories weren't like back and forth with craziness, but
that's like life.
That's who I am.
Yeah.
That's really how life is for me. And we don't have a straight way to go through, but we gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta go. We gotta find it.
Live Well, Be Wise is produced and recorded by Kari Lyons Price and yours truly, Dorinda Carlson. Our music is titled Inside You by Leva, a musician and composer at Lemon Music Studio, who we happily found on pixabay.com. Our circle of sharing has concluded for today, but we'd like to give a great gratitude to you, my friend, for listening, for tuning in, maybe even tapping into that understanding and compassion and the knowing within that tells us we're not alone in our own stories. So maybe you would like to share one of your own, or know a friend or a mentor or a teacher, someone you admire that has an extraordinary and inspirational story. We all have stories. The more we share, the more we know we're not alone. And don't be shy to reach out to connect in other ways, too. Of course, we'd love for you to subscribe and also give feedback. We wouldn't be here without you. We appreciate you. Live well, be wise.